Hi everyone, it's Elizabeth here. So I just wanted to do this video in regards to some thoughts that I've had recently about the influence that we're receiving specifically through social media and the interwebs. I've thought a lot about this topic lately as I did the last video, which was kind of like fantasy versus reality and kind of where we're living. The interwebs is, the internet or the interwebs is like a virtual cloud, let's put it that way. Technology has stolen the same concepts from spirituality. Like you meditate and kind of pray up to God. It's like all of a sudden this technological wave is going from some virtual cloud down into your computer. How we get cell phone reception, all of this stuff is very much based on a lot of spiritual law. So we are living in an era of a lot of mental confusion, and a lot of this is being rooted to having too much information shared through us, as well as being in a consumeristic society where influence is now a part of our life. If you start looking and doing some research on social media influencing, you can see that some people make a couple $100,000 a year by selling and promoting certain things on their blog, on their Instagram posts, YouTube sponsorships. You can't blame anybody for wanting to make money nowadays, but you have to understand that the system we live in is based on money, and you need to know and have some form of self-control in your own mind and body, but also in the clarity of your own thoughts to understand that you are being influenced at all hours of the day. This is not anything new. This has been going on for at least 100 or more years. Human and population control is nothing new. But as we've discovered in the early 1900s with marketing and promotion and kind of the evolution of psychology, people have come to understand at how much marketing influences people. I have my personal clients, some of them work at Microsoft and they work in the marketing department. And they tell me that all marketing is basically just convincing you to buy something that you may or may not need. So everybody needs a car, so you want to be influenced in a positive way in order to, buy the car that's right for you and your family. And then there's just other things that you don't really need, like do you really need a fidget device? Do you really need, Beatport headphones type of things? Like there are certain things that are not necessarily a need in order to survive in humanity. I've thought a lot about this because the more I've detached myself from the consumption of social media or the use of social media, I've come to realize that even I've been influenced a lot in my past through spiritual leaders, as well as just why watching YouTube a lot by, listening to various spiritual people talk on YouTube. A lot of times you see this with the astrology and tarot card readers who are making predictions. And some of them have been very accurate in the energy at that point in time, but some of it also, you are giving away your power. So if if some astrologer is saying like Mercury retrograde is coming and all bad things are going to happen, are you being influenced to adopt a belief system to think that all bad things are going to happen to you during this time period? But also just being influenced to put your life on pause, like you're not going to move forward with this project because the next 3 weeks, like Mercury is in retrograde and things like that. Every person in today's society has the ability to be influenced and probably has been influenced before. Living out here in Seattle on the West Coast, you have a lot of people who think they're extremely open-minded because they live in this liberal progressive city and they have liberal progressive values, but they adopt and fall into some form of influence as well, like technology. Humans have lived with before technology for thousands and thousands of years. We've known how to live and survive. We've known how to critically think with our mind and use our hands to be able to build things. It's only in the recent last couple decades that technology has really boomed to where we're becoming more lazy and thinking like all technology is the wave of the future, when really it's not. We are giving our power away and our creativity and certain things away to artificial intelligence. Not all of it is for the betterment of humanity. So, when we're thinking about a consumeristic society, when you flip on Instagram, you probably find your special people that you like. Some of them might be more local community members, but a lot of people end up liking more the celebrities or following celebrities or the bigger name people. You might see them on America's Got Talent, and they kind of became a little popular that way. Um, so a lot of these people will also provide, posts like, I'm going to sell this nice wallet. You can go ahead and check out this wallet at the end of this video, thanks to the sponsorship of Garmin or something like that. So where I guess I'm trying to, share some thoughts on this is we have given up so much of our power and our control to consumerism and letting other people influence us. Everybody can go ahead and blame Donald Trump for influencing a lot of people, which he has, but there are also a lot of people in society who've influenced their coworkers or influenced their other people. I have friends that work at Amazon. They don't like Jeff Bezos. They don't relate to the Amazon culture. It's just a job that's getting them by and getting them really great work experience, because having Amazon on your resume is great. But they've been to talks with Jeff Bezos who've said, basically the moral of his story is that he just wants to turn Seattle into a playground of the rich and kind of wants to get rid of the homeless without actually doing something about the homeless situation. It's just kind of like wash them out. And so if you get people on board with the art of influence through persuasive speech and everything like that, that can be very, very detrimental for personal self-destruction, but also for society in general. So we really need to start to pull back a little bit, I think, from how much we are consuming, not only online, too much information. People are freaking out about the coronavirus. It's really important to be aware from it. But it's not quite a massive pandemic yet in the United States to where freak out mode doesn't necessarily have to happen quite yet. So all of these influences stimulate a lot of fear and a lot of this rush, like buy now because it's only on sale for the next 48 hours. You need this now. Oh, you don't need that type of car seat. You need this one because it's better in this, that, and the other. Some influence is really positive. People getting influenced to become a more spiritual or godly person, to walk away from negative health behaviors, that is a positive force of influence. Those are the type of videos and things that can really help transform society, to be called up to service, to called up to help influence people in a more positive light. But there is so much other influence in this society that is very, very detrimental. It's just too much information. I have a friend, she's starting up her YouTube channel. She has a lot of wisdom and knowledge in the community, and I'll link her information down below. You should check her out. But she's talked about, or just made this concept of like living in the age of the aqua virus. So rather than living in the age of Aquarius, which is about enlightenment and spirituality, it's like this aqua virus where it's too much mental energy that's being shifted to us. It's too much information. It's too much stimulation of fear. It's too much being pushed in our face to buy these type of products. And you, in yourself, of letting your critical thinking and your mental faculties being held in the power of somebody else to let them influence you to buy this shit that you don't need, you in yourself are giving away your individual power. And that in itself is disempowering, because you are allowing other people to influence your mind. It's just the same as if that concept of if your boss tells you to go jump off a bridge, are you going to follow the herd and let them jump off the bridge? Will you do that? That's being influenced. So I've noticed that the more I've pulled back from social media, the more I'm actually living in planet Earth. I'm spending time with, my boyfriend, spending time with friends, having better conversations with clients. I have found that my happiness and my joy in life has drastically increased rather than sitting alone by myself and just rummaging YouTube for hours, listening about the spiritual leaders and listening about how to become a more godly person. I really feel that that point of just living your life, even if you're by yourself and you are suffering from loneliness, going outside, taking a walk, signing up for a class, going to the library, I don't know, whatever it is, going for a swim, going out and living your life and not being influenced by what is behind the screen is so much more joyful. And we have to look back at not only our personal selves, but human involvement. Why are we not talking or looking at how mental health issues are on the rise? Why are people being influenced to want to bring a gun and shoot up Walmarts and schools? What shit is getting in people's heads that is influencing them through, I don't know, maybe it is video games. Maybe it's the culmination of everything. It's violent video games, violent zombie movies, all these horror flicks that are coming out. Death and destruction is being influenced in people's minds. Online, you have people that have to look the part. They're dressing all sexy. They look really nice. They are using someone else's money for their own, personal gain, which is fine, but they are influencing you to buy other people's shit to make other people rich and wealthy. So they're just basically the middleman to make you, which probably most people are, kind of living within their means or struggling or living beyond their means, influencing you to live beyond your means of your moderate income and wage so you can buy shit to make someone else rich. In my standards of quality of living, that does not fly for me, but that might be okay for you. I don't think I'm the most loyal customer in a lot of different areas of life. I'm loyal to Apple. I will always buy Apple products. I am loyal to maybe like a certain type of shoe brand or something, but I don't necessarily always just buy one brand of product. So I don't think I'm helping my own case here, but we need to just start to increase our awareness and be a little bit more cognizant. How are you being influenced? Are you buying something just because your favorite Instagram follower is saying like, oh, buy this pasta sauce and things like that? I see this in the fitness industry. In fitness, for years, everybody has talked about how to stay away from boxed and packaged products and to stick to whole foods, foods that come from nature. Now we have this whole area of life rising up where the natural food industry is becoming the mainstream, to where all these companies like Kellogg's and General Mills, they have to start making more natural products in order to survive in the market. So what are you seeing today? These are powerful companies that have a lot of money who now send their money to other fitness instructors and other fitness influencers to promote their Special K and their like all natural Cheerios and stuff like that. And you have to wonder, like, this is the stuff the fitness industry has bitched about for a long time. This is part of the reason why I divorced myself from the fitness industry, is because a lot of them were just selling out to promote a bunch of shit that we knew for years is not the right thing for humans and people to consume and eat on a long-term basis. So where have you been influenced? Maybe just give this a little bit of thought. Maybe it's just pulling back and getting less technology usage or screen use. I've just noticed through myself, once I'm starting to live and have that emotional connection, that human affection that has been so much more positive and such a big influence in my life, that I don't want to sit alone and just, worry about listening to all these things on the net. I don't know. Everyone's a little bit different, but I'm going to do other videos which kind of talks about the art of influence and kind of your circle of influence as well, and how you can, how that concept helps you control things that you can and cannot control in your own life, and just with certain things like how to not, I said that wrong, how to not worry about things that you can and cannot control. Anyways, hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I hope to see you guys soon. Okay, bye.